Hi guys, welcome back to GreyWolf TV. We are continuing our new series of Person of Interest. We are now on to episode 6. Not too much really of a recap. Last episode was the judge who was being manipulated and coerced into trying to allow a drunk driver off for a DUI charge, which seemed not that significant till it turned out she was the person who was involved with a load of Eastern European criminals, not necessarily drug dealers, who was able to turn off money laundering detection software at her bank for them to be able to launder all their money. It was quite ingenious, and at the end of the episode, Finch laid the file on the table in the courtroom for her to get caught. And the rest of the gang kind of tried to shoot their way out of it, which didn't really make much sense to me. Anyway, we're just going to carry straight on now. I'm hoping we might get a little bit more backstory between either Reese or Finch. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. I know it's going to be kind of episodic to begin with this season. Well, a lot of you have warned me of that. I don't have a problem with that. I don't mind waiting for more development of our characters or for more of a continuous storyline. So we'll just continue. This is episode 6.
You know why I'm here. You know how I feel. I can't hide it anymore. What we're doing is wrong.
I'm trying to watch the camera footage. Someone mentioned in comments I should pay attention. Sometimes there's little giveaways.
Sorry for the inconvenience, Ms. Morgan, but Bill's come down with laryngitis. Caught it from his son.
Which son?
Andy, the younger one.
Cloning in progress.
She dropped out of law school, no current employer, but she buys a $2 million apartment for cash 3 years ago.
You know I always come through for you.
Be good, Slip.
In her living room.
But that's probably
Why should
licensed
you
to
need
her.
another one?
Only reason you buy a gun off the street is so it's untraceable. Target's a cop.
Lieutenant Gilmore. You owe me one. And so does the cop who left his sidearm in the subway bathroom.
Believe me, he knows.
That politically motivated investigation that you're running into Councilman Rush. About time you wrap it up, don't you think? Be here tomorrow, 10 sharp.
Public service homicide, if you ask me. This guy was an enforcer for the Costa Nostra in Brighton Beach.
Stabbing's personal.
Personal.
Got a rap sheet on this old gangster?
Reads like a phone book. Armed robbery, racketeering.
The murder charge he skated on. Victim was Marlene Elias. The evidence was stolen from lockup a couple weeks back,
Evidence was stolen from a 40-year-old cold case?
along with the murder weapon.
Miss Morgan?
Got a hit on that license plate. Registered to
Samuel Douglas, head of crisis management for Tannen Pharmaceuticals.
So what's he have in your box?
Douglas's boss is the gentleman in the car, Mark Lawson.
A recording
Okay.
he claims. Conversation with a certain young lady that could be misconstrued.
An affair? Who cares?
40,000. His cell phone number's in there. Oh, and one more thing.
I'll get the recording. I don't need to know what's on it. I understand that you have something of interest to my client.
You know, it is amazing what you can find just drifting out there in the ether. This is all 40.
Count it. At home.
A man I'm investigating broke into the evidence lockup a few weeks
Took
ago.
it all.
He and his crew stole the contents of the evidence box.
Piece of work.
I had him dead to rights on murdering that woman. The dimwit left a parcel on the knife.
The DA dropped the case?
Bought and sold. She wants him to dump his wife. He gets tired of her complaints and sends our friend here, the cutlery rack, to shut her up. He was out back playing when it happened. Came inside and he found her. Kid walked all the way to the station.
Were you supposed to be meeting with 2 people or 1?
What does it matter?
Let me take care of this, Zoe.
It's Ms. Morgan. Get back in the car.
Mr. Lawson would like to personally thank you.
His fee is
No.
almost necessary.
No, we insist.
Don't get to get rid of you. He just saved our life.
Mr.
Mr. Reese, are you okay?
Yeah, the handoff was an ambush. Douglas tried to kill both of us.
Oh, thanks. I was there, remember?
Is she safe?
For now, a little
He's not talking to you.
Stay here.
Mr. Reese, report on the police pen. Talbot is dead. Apparent cardiac arrest.
Interference suggests it was made on an old PCS cell network, making the recording at least 2 years old.
We create products that help and heal. Vertanen is a family.
Dana Miller, Lawson's mistress, was an office romance. Nice work, Finch.
I wouldn't be so quick to congratulate me. It's not the first time I've heard Dana Miller's name. I had yet to track you down, so I wasn't in a position to help her.
She's dead.
Newspaper said she died of a brain aneurysm.
So she wanted to go public with the affair, and Lawson had her killed for it.
I have an important business meeting. Recent investment of mine.
He now owns 8% of Vertanen stock.
Never heard of this guy.
No one has. Maybe a straw buyer for a takeover. Hostile bid. Flesh.
Are you kidding me? I think I know who this is.
Thought I knew everyone with an investment portfolio as broad as yours.
When you're in a position where people want your money, a little anonymity is rather rewarding.
We reached a 20% market share last year. And that's only going to rise with the launch of our new product line anchored by Siloset.
Siloset?
New migraine drug.
Does it cause aneurysms?
Mark has done an incredible job, not only in keeping our finances in order, but overseeing a good amount of product research.
Zoe Morgan. She had a bodyguard posing as a driver. It was an unforeseen circumstance.
It's not a loose end. That's the whole damn thing falling apart.
I'll handle her.
And the driver, too.
You gotta read these things, Carter. I mean, it's as if the guy was gonna either be president or Attila the Hun. You want me to bring him in?
Using the bug I planted, I was able to get room tone.
You can match it, eliminate it.
Out of the original recording.
There you go.
What we're doing is wrong. I want to tell someone. It keeps me up at night knowing what our drug has done.
There's enough here that you can tell that Dana was not having an affair with Lawson. She was threatening to blow the whistle on him. I've never felt so helpless in my entire life. And I know I can't get justice for all of them, but the possibility of having for just one.
I know how all the pieces of the city fit together. I know all the players. I know all the angles. The girl in the recording, her name was Dana Miller. Lawson had her killed, but not because she was sleeping with him. There's gonna be a break-in at Vertanen Pharmaceuticals tonight. I need you to make sure that the police don't respond.
Any guards on the other side?
2 guards on the first floor, none in the stairwell.
Probably one of those guys that can get out of anything with a paperclip. Where'd you learn this stuff?
It's a long story. 6 names are missing from the trial data Vertanen submitted to the FDA.
I need those names, Mr. Reese.
Those names have all probably had aneurysms or something similar.
Every person on that list died of heart failure within a year of taking the drugs. Listen, don't talk, don't move. I need a clean recording.
Yeah. So you can compare that with the recording and lift it out.
Perfect.
Shit.
Guess we should call the cops, huh?
Bad move, Lieutenant.
The fuck are you doing here?
If I can't trust you, I'll have to destroy you. How did you know I was gonna be in trouble?
Given your choice of career, it doesn't seem like much of a stretch. About the only thing I don't know about you is why you started doing whatever it is you do.
You're making a mistake, Mark.
I'm not the one handcuffed to a chair. So, you saw the Siloset report? Okay, so where is it now?
With the only person I trust. And if anything happens to us, that report goes public.
First one to give up that report gets to live.
You want to tell the old man? Here's your chance.
Do you think anything happens in my company without me knowing it, young lady? How stupid do you think I am?
Mr. Partridge, you're on with Mr. Keller.
Shit.
She says she has a copy of the report.
And just when I thought you could handle something truly important, the Zoe Morgan I know is reasonable. Knows when to make the smart play.
Always have something to trade.
Lucky me.
Stab him with it.
Finch. Been trying to get you for 2 hours. Keller's involved. He and Lawson worked it together, up to and including Dana's murder.
You want me to go get it, or you?
Ah, right, okay. That's what she was doing.
Once Silas 8 goes on the market, you'll never have to invest in another company again.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Too late. Oh!
Actually, I've sold my shares in Vertanen.
Hmm.
I had a tip that the price is about to take a nosedive.
Yep.
And I shorted your company to the tune of 500 million shares.
If you're betting against me, you clearly don't know who you're dealing with.
And I know you don't care who you hurt to get what you want. I know the only thing you do care about is money. So that's what I'm going to take from
you.
It's me.
Oh no, they've killed him.
Somebody must have had a big payday.
Not as big as you think. Dana Miller's family got a healthy donation for their suit against Vertanen. You got my number.
Cha-ching! Very, very good episode. Okay, so that was episode 6 of Person of Interest. I think that's going to be my favourite episode so far. It took me a while for it to dawn on me, this side case of this Elias thing, that it's connected back to the episode we had with the soldiers where they broke into the evidence room and just took what appeared to be an old cold case and some sort of murder evidence out of lockup. And it was a knife. I don't know the details. I don't think we're supposed to. So the kid has grown up after his mother was murdered for having an affair and a kid with this Don. That officer, retired officer now, is dead for getting back involved with it. I'm trying to work out whether this perpetrator who's doing this is the kid or him trying to get retaliation for his mother being murdered. But I kind of don't think it's that way around. I think it's what I said initially. So that's a continuous storyline for the time being, which I wasn't expecting, because I'd been informed by all of you that this is kind of episodic to begin with, so I wasn't expecting one case to overflow into another. But as regards to the actual case for this episode, that was satisfying. Very satisfying. Especially from Finch's point of view. Because obviously he's given us a little bit of background and history as to all those names and faces and numbers that he's got on the board that have been haunting him because he didn't have the tools to be able to stop anyone getting killed until he found Reese, and she was one of them, and he's finally got a resolution to it. And at the same time, made himself even richer than he already was. I mean, we have no idea how much this guy's already worth. But after that escapade, he's probably worth in the region of $1 billion, probably more. Because he invested that 87 million there just to get through the door with the watch to plant a tracker so he could get himself in on it and be able to get a audio sample from that office room, which is what he needed, because he knew he needed to be able to clear that audio up, which, as an audiophile, I appreciate very much. When you've got an old recording that you can't clean up, if you can get hold of the original source background that is blocking you being able to lift the voice out of it, that's how you do it. And that was really good. She was quite mysterious. She is just a fixer, but this time decided to side on being the good guy. But then again, at the same time, she was under serious threat here. I really was convinced, probably like a lot of you for the most of the episode, that the old boy who owned the company was someone who's run it legitimately and turned it into a multi-million-dollar corporation for probably 30, 40, 50 years and has got a son-in-law who's come along who's going to end up being the heir to it all and not realising how much of a bad guy he is. But no. He is one of the old school ones who got to the top by standing on everyone else to get there. Because exactly as Finch said, you only care about money, so I'm going to take the one thing you only care about. And that was done very nicely indeed. I don't know what it is about the actor Michael Emerson, but he has got such a commanding presence when he's on screen. You listen to every word that he says. I know he still reminds me of Benjamin Linus, but I'm trying not to make too many references to that too much. I have done in the first initial few episodes because that's how I know him best from Lost. And as, in effect, the bad guy, but also the lovable rogue who you can't help but like. I know some people didn't. But in this, because he's playing the good guy, and he's willing to get involved as and when he can, this is a very good setup that they've got here. And we're only at the beginning. We're only 6 episodes in, and I know there's an awful lot more to come. We're still not getting much background. All we know is he's just got richer after that episode. But we've still not really got more background on either one of them from that. It was generally focused on the episode. The only thing I didn't piece together was the cop being involved with them. And I still don't. I still don't get why he was involved with a pharmaceutical company. Maybe you can put that down in the comments if I've missed something there. And I'm not quite sure how that's happened. I didn't make the connection between it showing him at the beginning and her fixing something for his nephew because he left a gun, blah blah blah. That was fine. But then when he turned up in the office of the pharmaceutical company with the other guy there, his security, I hadn't pieced that together. So post it in the comments because I'm not quite sure what I've missed with that bit. That's the only bit of the episode that kind of flummoxed me a little bit. But either way, I absolutely loved it. That we're 6 episodes in. That's my favourite one so far. And if you really enjoy this series, guys, and you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button because we are going through all of this. We've got 4 or 5 seasons to do. And if you enjoyed the video, by all means, give it a thumbs up. I will be back with episode 7 in about 3 or 4 days time. If you want to watch it in full length, it will be available over on Patreon. Link will be in the description as it always is. And I will see you for the next one very soon. So until then, thanks a lot for watching. Can't wait for the next one. See you later.